And the Indian Sports Network is on the air. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Kenny Masterson coming to you live from Clopton High School. Today's game, we're going to be watching the Elsberry Lady Indians, the 6-3 Elsberry Lady Indians, taking on the 2-7 Winfield Lady Warriors. It's a rematch of a game from earlier in the year that Elsberry won. This is the first game of the Clopton tournament for this year. Oh, I also wanted to tell everybody Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, considering we are in Christmas week right now. And today's game, it starts at 1 o'clock, so we have a little under 10 minutes to go before this game actually starts. But today's game at 1 o'clock, like I said, will be Elsberry versus Winfield. The winner of this game will go on to play Wednesday night at 7:30 in the new gym, and the loser plays at 7:30 in the old gym. We are in the old gym right now. There's going to be a game starting at 1 o'clock over in the new gym. So I'll just go down the bracket for this tournament. The number 1 seeded Monroe City will be playing the number 8 seed Wright City. They'll be playing at 1 o'clock also in the new gym, which is right down the hallway from us. At 2:30 this afternoon in the new gym, number 2 Clopton will be playing number 7 Louisiana. That's in the new gym. Today, we're going to be watching the Elsberry Winfield game at 1 o'clock right here in the old gym. And right after our game, at 2:30 will be the Vanfar versus Silex, the number 4 Vanfar versus number 5 Silex. They'll be playing in the old gym. So hopefully we'll see a victory today, and next Wednesday night we'll be in the new gym to play the game. That'll be against either Clopton or Louisiana. So as you can see on your screen, we have the Elsberry Lady Indians out there practicing right now. And I'll move the camera around a little bit. There's the Winfield team. They only have 6 players out there with them tonight, or this afternoon. This isn't a nighttime game. Guess I could look at the windows and see the sunlight streaming in. But they only have 6 players, so fatigue is going to be a bit of a problem with them, I'm going to say. Let's focus back over here on your team, the Elsberry Lady Indians. And I'll just go over the roster here for the visiting Winfield Lady Warriors. Playing for Winfield tonight will be number 2, a sophomore, Josie Bauer. Number 3, a sophomore, Tatum Bradshaw. Number 21, a freshman, Kylie Howard. Number 22, a sophomore, Chloe Kyman. And number 10, a junior, Audrey Wade. Winfield's coached by Tim Smith. And it's not showing any assistant coaches. So I guess he's coaching all by himself. I was talking to him earlier, and I didn't see any assistants over there. And now for your Elsberry Lady Indians. On the roster tonight is number 2, Tanisha Henderson. She's a sophomore. Number 4, freshman, Peyton Robinson. Number 5, junior, Sophia Vaughn. Number 10, a senior, Claire Henry. Number 11, a freshman, Ariel Rios. Number 12, a sophomore, Kylie Kinsler. Let's see, where are we here? Number 14, a freshman, Abby Jenkins. Number 15, a senior, Josie Horn. Number 20, a freshman, Kelsey Flaster. Number 24, senior, Tess Weekly. Number 25, senior, Megan Hagemeyer. Number 31, senior, Kaija Clark. Number 32, sophomore, Emma Flaster. Number 41, sophomore, Adrienne Ryan. And number 43, sophomore, Tyra Henderson. And I think everybody remembers the last game where Tess Weekly got her 1,000th point. And so with that all over with, one thing I do want to say is a few games from now, I don't know exactly when I'll start it, but I'm going to interview each one of the senior players from the boys and the girls team both. Give them 2 or 3 minutes to themselves, and I'll ask them a couple of questions and have a chance for any of you that don't know them very well. You have a chance to maybe know them a little bit better. And I'll be starting that in a couple of games. I think there's 5 seniors on each team, 5 senior girls and 5 senior boys. So we have a whole lot of stuff going on out in the court right now. There's a little over 4 minutes to go before the game starts. They're still practicing. I'm going to throw some commercials in here and pay for some of this.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above-ground roofing, snow removal, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that, but when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Okay, and it looks like they're not going to have any pregame ceremonies, so we're just going to get right into the game. For Elsberry, we have Claire Henry. She'll be jumping against Josie Bauer. And the ball goes to Elsberry. Keeping it out on the perimeter. There they get it down low to Megan Hagemeyer, and she's in. 2 points, 2 points Elsberry. And that ball was out of bounds against Winfield. Good defense there by Tiny Henderson. I'm in a whole lot different position here. I'm a lot closer to the game. I'm going to have a hard time keeping up here with this camera being so close. I'm down here at court level. Good seats if you can get them, but I'd rather be up higher with this camera. There's a long two-pointer by Tiny Henderson, and it was off the rim. Winfield with the rebound. Keeping it out on the perimeter was Chloe Kyman bringing it up. And that was a bad pass, and okay, it looks like we have a foul called on Winfield. That foul was on Audrey Wade, be her first. There's Tanisha Henderson bringing the ball up the court. Keeping it on the outside, trying to find somebody on the inside. I think they'll be able to do that today. Elsberry with a definite height advantage. And we have a traveling called on Tanisha Henderson. That turns the ball over to Winfield. Elsberry with the 2-point lead. Winfield with a little bit of trouble getting it up the court, but they got it there. Here's a shot, no good. That shot was Josie Bauer. So Elsberry has it back on their end. Shot was partially blocked. That shot was by Kylie Kinsler, and it was partially blocked. Stays with Elsberry. They get the ball in, get it out on the key to Henderson. When Elsberry showing some patience here, not trying to drive too quick. Kylie Kinsler dribbles a little. There's Tiny with the shot, and it's good. 4-0 Elsberry. Elsberry putting on a little half-court press. Ball stolen by Henderson, Tiny Henderson. And that is 6-0. That was Claire Henry with the shot. Elsberry again with some pressure. They finally get the ball across the line. Pass it around, there's a 3-point shot. Rebounded by Winfield, and a shot is up and good by Chloe Kyman. Makes the score 6-2. Here's Tiny out here dribbling around, gets the ball over to Josie Horn. Got the ball into Megan Hagemeyer and over to Kylie Kinsler and in for 2 points. Easy shot. Winfield's defense doesn't quite know how to, and that ball is stolen by Kylie Kinsler. She's just going to drive on in, takes the shot, and it was off the rim, no good. Ball knocked out by Tiny Henderson, stays with Winfield. There's Josie Horn and Tiny Henderson coming off. Tyra Henderson going in, and Tess Weekly going in. There's a 3-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Weekly. She takes it over right to Tyra Henderson, 2 points. Score is 10-2, Elsberry. Winfield has it on the outside. They're going to have trouble getting it in, I think. There's a shot by, who was that? That was Chloe Kyman. Another fast break. That was that was to Tyra Henderson, and another easy layup. Winfield takes a much-deserved timeout, much-needed timeout. 3:50 remaining in the first quarter. Score is 12-2, Elsberry over Winfield. Take a break.
These days, the concept of value matters more than ever. And you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Missouri high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for...
Okay, that was a longer commercial than I thought. There's Ball is stolen. Who was that? Okay, the ball's taken up to Tyra Henderson. Oh, and her shot is just off. That was Emma Flaster that stole the ball earlier. There was a three-point attempt by Winfield. It was no good, and the ball bounced off of Claire Henry's hands, went out of bounds, so Winfield keeps the ball. They're passing around. They're trying out all their three-point shots, and nothing seems to be working for them. That one missed everything, went out of bounds. So Tess Weekly brings the ball up. It was thrown in from Emma Flaster. There's a long two-pointer. I believe that was Claire Henry. It was no good. Winfield rebounds. Elsberry's able to pass the ball at will. Shot from the key for, that was Audrey Wade, 2 points. Makes the score 12-4. Here comes Weekly up the court with it. No pressure by Winfield. Get the ball into there we go. Gets the ball into Tyra Henderson, 2 points. These Henderson girls are on fire tonight, this afternoon, whatever time of day it is. Oh, that was a pretty hard foul there. Tess Weekly tried to jump out onto the ball and ended up running into the player. That was the first team foul for Elsberry. And fighting for the ball, foul was called on, I believe, number 2, Josie Bauer. There's Claire Henry coming off. Didn't see who went in. Weekly bringing the ball up. Ball's way over in the corner for Henderson. There's the shot. Oh, the shot was no good, but rebounded by Tyra Henderson and up for 2 points. And there was, Tyra Henderson stole the ball, but I believe she double dribbled. I think that's what the call was. There's Megan Hagemeyer coming back out of the game, and Tiny Henderson going in. Got both Henderson girls in right now. There was a three-pointer for Winfield. That was Chloe Kyman. That makes the score 16-7. Oh, and they got Tyra Henderson for traveling there. Just can't believe how much traveling they call nowadays. But they are consistent anyway, so that's a good thing. Winfield passing it around on the outside. Another three-pointer, hits the rim, and goes out of bounds to Elsberry. Weekly's going to throw it into Tiny Henderson. Way on the outside for Emma Flaster. Oh, right off the front of the rim. Thought that was going to bounce in. Ball's almost stolen by Tiny Henderson. Here's another three-point shot, and it's in. That was Tatum Bradshaw. So most of Winfield points have come off of three-pointers. Long shot there by Tiny Henderson, almost went in, but that's the end of the first quarter. Score is Elsberry 16, Winfield 10. Let's take a break.
A small percentage of a school's overall budget. You to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains around. The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay, Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
And we are back. Cheerleaders out there cheering. That's what they do best. So to start this second quarter, Winfield will have the ball. And there's Chloe Kyman. Brought it up. They pass it around. Kylie Kinsler almost stole it. Then Josie Horn almost stole it. Then Tess Weekly almost stole it. But it stays, goes out of bounds, stays with Winfield. There's a three-pointer and bounces in and out. Weekly threw it up there for a fast break, but the ball did not go in. Megan Hegemeyer just couldn't quite hit it that time. Some iffy passing on Winfield's part, but Elsberry couldn't seem to come up with it. There's another three-pointer, missed, and Weekly definitely comes up with that rebound. Here's Megan Hegemeyer up for the free throw, or for the fast break. I'll get the right words out here eventually. She's in for the layup. Makes it 18-10, Elsberry over Winfield. And there's the ball is stolen by Weekly. She's going to take it right on in. And another 2 points. Makes it 20-10. Winfield was starting to catch up to him a little bit. Now Elsberry's got some swagger back. Another three-point shot, no good. That rebound was by Josie Horn. Oh, and Claire Henry kind of fumbled it a little bit. They get it back out to Tess Weekly. And there's a good 2-point shot by Claire Henry. Makes it 22-10. Long three-pointer, no good. And on the rebound, we have a jump ball. On the alternating possessions, it goes to Elsberry. And Weekly brings it up the court. And it looked like there Megan Hegemeyer got fouled, but it wasn't a shooting foul. And that's only 3 team fouls on Winfield, only 1 on Elsberry. They get the ball deep inside, up, threw the ball away. Winfield has it. And all Winfield can do is keep it on the outside. But they're relying on their three-point shooting. There they got the ball inside the three-point line. Here's a long two-pointer, and it's good. That was Kylie Howard. And now we have another timeout. I didn't see. Okay, that was against, not against, but Winfield called the timeout. Put the camera on the Elsberry cheerleaders. 4:53 remaining in the first half. And the score is your Elsberry Lady Indians 22 and the visiting Winfield Lady Warriors 12. And you can see Coach Dowell down there, Coach Dowell, trying to encourage the team. And Elsberry will be taking it out of bounds. Kylie Kinsler throws it in to Tiny Henderson. They got the ball inside, but decided not to take the shot. There's Hagemeyer with it, and there's a three-pointer by Josie Horn. They called that a two-pointer. I thought it was three, but what do I know? It was a long two-pointer, so let's call it 2.5 points. Winfield once again keeping it outside because they can't penetrate. A lot of battle for the ball there, and Elsberry came up with it. So here's Tiny Henderson bringing it up. Now I know that was a three-pointer, but she missed. That was Josie Horn with three-point attempt. Winfield having to throw real high passes to get over the arms of the Elsberry defenders, and they traveled. Ball goes out to Elsberry with a 24-12 lead. Try to move this camera over here and keep up with this. And here's Tiny Henderson bringing it up. They're able to move, Elsberry is able to move the ball very well. They're just moving it around the outside, waiting for somebody to get loose. And there was Tiny Henderson from the free throw line with 2 points. They're able to move about at will. There's a three-point shot for Winfield. That was Chloe Kyman, and she missed that one. Long pass over to Megan Hagemeyer, and they called that a double dribble. Ball comes in Winfield to Kylie Howard. Back out, another three-point shot. No good. And that was Tyra Henderson came up with that rebound. Now it's Tiny Henderson bringing it up the court. She gets it over to her sister. Long three-point shot, no good. And from right under the paint, the shot was no good for Megan Hagemeyer. The ball was knocked out by Winfield. Ball is into Weekly. Ball was stolen by Winfield and then stolen right back by Tiny Henderson, but she fouled. Once again, that's only the third team foul on Elsberry. It's only 3 team fouls on each one. It's been a very clean game. And that ball was stolen by Josie Horn. And she was taking it up and slowed it down. Gets it out to Tiny on the outside, over to her sister, and back out to Tiny. Had the Tiny and Tyra show there. There was Tiny with a long 2-pointer. Her toes were just touching that line. And there's Winfield's 3-pointer. It was rebounded by Tyra and got it to Tanisha. There was a shot there by Emma Flaster. Okay, ball's out of bounds right in front of me. Once again, Elsberry's having to keep it on the outside. They just can't seem to penetrate. And that pass was tipped, and Tiny Henderson came up with it. Shot was no good, and a jump ball on the ensuing rebound. And the alternating possessions gave it to Winfield. That ball went out of bounds off of Elsberry. 8.6 remaining in the first half. 3-pointer, no good. And that foul was against Elsberry with 0.6 seconds. That foul was on Emma Flaster. That's her first. First shot is up and no good. If I can see this girl's number. It's 22. That's Chloe Kyman at the line. Second shot is no good. Flaster with the rebound, but that buzzer says that's the end of the first half. So, after 16 minutes of play, the score is Elsberry 28, Winfield 12. Have 10-minute halftime. Let's play a few commercials.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Missouri's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Hey, hon, what are you doing up so early?
Oh, I'm just getting ready to take care of some stuff with the bank.
The bank? I surely hope you're going to get dressed first. You'd get some pretty weird luck showing up in your robe and fuzzy slippers.
I'm not going to the bank. I'm doing it all right here from home using People's Bank and Trust online banking and bill pay service. I can check our account balances, transfer money, make a loan payment, and even pay bills, all from the comfort of my pajamas. Best of all, it's free.
Banking in your pajamas. Now, if we could only get the grocery store to deliver.
Start banking online today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
People's Bank and Trust invites everyone to come to the game, the high school sports games that are going on right now. All area teams have put a great amount of effort and time in to perfect their skills, and they are ready to play. Support the community schools and students by cheering them on to a great season of games. People's Bank and Trust proudly supports the area teams and looks forward to seeing you at each and every game.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we can teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker at our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about. We all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We take the time to know you and your healthcare needs. Most prescriptions are filled in 15 minutes or less, and we offer free local delivery and a friendly and knowledgeable staff to answer your questions. Better service, better value, better healthcare. Locally owned and operated and proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com. Hi, my name is Jerry Callahan, pharmacist and owner of the medicine shops in Troy and Elsberry Pharmacy. We strive every day to bring better service, better value, and better health care to our friends in our communities. We want to say thank you for your support, and we're proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com. At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We have numerous programs to help your wallet as well as save precious time. Save money with our RX Savings Club program, and you can save time with our medication synchronization program, where we fill your prescriptions at the same time each month. We also offer our medication adherence program to help you remember to take your medications on time as prescribed by your doctor. Better value, better service, better health care. Locally owned and operated, and proud to be your local independent pharmacy in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
And we are back. We're ready to start this third quarter. Score is Elsberry 28, Winfield 12. 16-point lead for Elsberry. I think it's a fairly comfortable lead, but leads have gone away before, so Elsberry still needs to keep playing. Throwing it in for Elsberry to start this second half is Kylie Kinsler. Gets it over to Tiny Henderson. That pass was tipped. Apparently it was tipped by Winfield, staying with Elsberry. Get this camera moved over here. There's a shot by Tiny, and it's in. 30-12. Bounced around a few times before it went in. That pass was broken up by Kylie Kinsler. I'm hoping the next game is going to be in the new gym, and I'll have a little better vantage point to film this from. Three-pointer by Winfield, no good. Right into the arms of Kylie Kinsler. And she brings it up the court. Hands it off to Tiny Henderson. And there was a shot by Claire Henry from the corner of the free throw line, good. 32-12. Winfield passing around, and they're going for their three-pointers. Megan Hegemeyer saved that. Boy, it looked to me like she was out of bounds. There's not much room at the end of this. Oh, they called Tiny Henderson for traveling. Wow, didn't see that. Winfield brings it up the court. That's Kylie Howard bringing it up. Bad pass, goes out of bounds to Elsberry. And here's Tiny. Got it into Megan. There's Tiny with another. Oh, she missed that one. And we have another foul on Tiny Henderson. That's going to be her second, I believe. Yes, it is. Again, starting the second half, absolutely nobody's in foul trouble. Winfield tried to drive it in, couldn't make it. So they're going back to the shooting the threes that they're not making. That ball went out of bounds off of Elsberry. Long pass in. Once again, Elsberry's having to keep it on the outside. They just cannot penetrate. Elsberry just passing it around. Here's a three-pointer. No good, but they get the rebound, get the ball up, no good, and Megan Hegemeyer with the rebound. And here comes Tiny Henderson up the court. Well, they got the ball into Megan Hegemeyer, but she wasn't able to get it, but she did that time. Got it down low to her. And she puts it up 34-12. Kylie Kinsler tried to steal that ball, couldn't get it done. There's a three-pointer, no good. On it, okay, they're saying it's off of Winfield. So Elsberry has the ball out of bounds. Making a wholesale exchange here. Practically a brand new team coming on. That's one of the things that's hurting Winfield tonight is they have no substitutes, just one. Good drive there to Tyra Henderson. She takes it right in for 2 points. Long three-pointer for Winfield, no good. Tess Weekly with the rebound. Long pass. Okay, that was a long pass to Tyra Henderson, and she got it over to Megan Hegemeyer, who got it in for 2 points. Timeout Winfield. Let's take a quick commercial.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that, but when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Okay, and we're back with Winfield having possession. Two-point shot, and it's good. Who was that made the shot? That was Josie Bauer. Makes the score 38-14. 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. That ball was almost stolen by Winfield, and their second pass was tipped. They got the ball in. Got the ball in, and Tyra Henderson was called for the foul, going up for the rebound. That's how many on her? Probably one. Shot's no good, recovered by, or rebounded, I should say. There's Megan Hagemeyer right under the basket and hit the bottom of the backboard. Got in a little bit too much of a hurry there. And that was Claire Henry, just stood there and said, nope, you're not getting the ball past me. Ball just bounced off of her hand. Three-pointer for Tyra Henderson, and it's good. Three-point attempt by Winfield, no good, and Megan Hagemeyer comes up with the rebound. Gets over to Tess Weekly, and she brings it up the court. Tell by her eyes she was wanting to do something. She got the ball down low to Tyra Henderson. All right, Elsberry with the ball out of bounds. Here's Tess Weekly with a three-pointer. Oh, wow, it was more in than out. And here's Winfield. I'm kind of surprised she didn't take that shot. They've been shooting three-point attempts all day long. Not very many of them going in, but they've been shooting. They have to. They can't get the ball in deep. There's a three-point attempt. No good, and that was Peyton Robinson up with that rebound. There's a three-point shot. That was Kelsey Flaster. Elsberry with a 30-point lead. Three-point attempt, no good. Weekly up with the rebound. There's another three-point attempt by Flaster. Oh, not quite there. Winfield with the rebound, and they bring it up the court. A little over a minute remaining in the third quarter. Ball's knocked out of bounds by Elsberry. Stays with Winfield. And they push it around on the outside, and there's a three-point attempt, no good. Tyra Henderson with the rebound, gets it over to Weekly to bring it up the court. And Flaster was indecisive on exactly what to do. They got the ball into Ariel Rios. And there's Weekly with the ball on the outside. They're just passing it around right now, and that was Kelsey Flaster drew a foul on Winfield player. And that player is Audrey Wade. Ball back out to Tess Weekly on the outside. They get the ball in, and ball was tipped. Pass was tipped by Winfield. They come up with it. Long cross-court pass, and here's a three-point attempt. Bounced in and out. 2 points up, no good. And there was Tyra Henderson going for about a 38-point shot if it would have gone in. So that's the end of the third quarter. 8 minutes remaining in this game. The score is 44-14. Let's take a break.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And we're back for the final quarter of this basketball game. Winfield has the ball. Once again, everybody staying to the outside. Elsberry's content to just let him pass the ball around. There's a three-point shot. No good. Winfield comes up with the rebound. There's another three-point attempt. No good. Winfield comes up with that rebound. She drove in and drew a foul. That foul was on Ariel Rios, her first. So once again, we have Chloe Kyman at the line. First shot is up and no good. Second shot. And it's good. Makes the score 44-15. And here's Tiny Henderson coming up. There's a three-point attempt. No good. And the ball is out of bounds by Elsberry, or by Winfield. That's what I thought. It's going to be Elsberry's ball. Get the ball in. There's Tiny Henderson with it on the outside. And Elsberry broke that play up. Elsberry getting some of their younger players in. Don't get to play a whole lot. They're getting some valuable experience here. There's Tiny Henderson up, and 2 points. And that ball's taken away by Emma Flaster. Well, they called a foul. Oh, they called a foul on Winfield. Wow. So here's Tiny Henderson bringing the ball up. Gets the ball around, and let's see who's out there now. Abby Jenkins with the ball. She pulled up for three, but wasn't quite able to pull the trigger. And that ball went out of bounds against Elsberry. So Winfield brings it up. Meanwhile, 31-point lead for Elsberry over Winfield. There's a three-pointer. No good. Jump ball. Alternating possessions, put that in Elsberry. Sophia Vaughn coming in. Who's the other one coming in? Adrienne Ryan. Had a couple of the younger players that don't get to play as much. Get some valuable experience for next year. There's a shot up, and it's good. That was Sophia Vaughn. Winfield once again staying on the outside. There they drive it in, go in, and 2 points. That's Chloe Kyman. Makes the score 48-17. There's Tiny Henderson. She's not afraid to drive in. Oh, they called that walking. Wow. Her foot must have slipped about 1/8 of an inch. A little under 4 minutes remaining in this game. And that was a travel. She did slide her foot. So the ball goes out of bounds to Elsberry. There's a three-point attempt by Sophia Vaughn, and it's no good. So the ball goes out to a Winfield. This zone defense that Elsberry's putting on, because they do not have a height advantage with this configuration they have right now, but the zone defense is just more than Winfield can handle. Sometimes it's a good thing there's not a shot clock. There's shot is up, and it's no good. Rebound made by Sophia Vaughn. Gets it over to Tiny Henderson. She brings it up the court. Gets the ball inside and then back out again. And that was Tiny Henderson missing everything. Winfield takes the ball out, and we got a running clock. Yeah, I guess with 30-point lead, they do a running clock in the fourth quarter. So we're down to a little over 2 minutes remaining. There's the three-point attempt. No good. Winfield with the rebound, and she's fouled on the way up. That'll be Josie Bauer going to the line. Foul was on Sophia Vaughn. First shot is up, and it's good. It's a score of 48-18. 30-point lead. Second shot is up, and it's good. Elsberry has the ball out of bounds. A little over a minute remaining in this game. Just playing catch with it now. They probably could drive it in if they. Oh, and Winfield stole the ball. Going in for the left-hand layup, no good. That was Chloe Kyman. And Sophia Vaughn bringing it up. The ball got out of control. And she turned it over. So Winfield with 40 seconds remaining. Winfield has the ball. They might be going for the final shot. Three-pointer, and it's good. That was Chloe Kyman with another three-pointer. 16 seconds remaining. That pass went right to the Winfield player. That is Kylie Howard. Shot is up and it's no good. Elsberry rebounds, and that's the end of the ball game. Final score, Elsberry 48 and Winfield 22. So Elsberry will play in the new gym Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. And Winfield will play Wednesday night at 7:30 in the old gym. I'm going to see if I can get a couple of players up here, so hang on while I do a commercial.
These days, the concept of value matters more than ever. And you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Missouri high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, it's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains around. The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Okay, we are on the air right now. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me. As long as you just talk into the microphone. I didn't have anything prepared on this, but it's just that you two were just on fire. I don't know how many points either one of you got, or rebounds, or whatever, but you guys were fantastic, and I've never done a player of the game, but I'm doing this right now. The Henderson sisters are the players of the game.
Thank you.
You guys were really, really good. And again, your shooting percentage, you know, everybody was there. So what do you got to say? I mean, it was an exciting win.
We all came out ready to play. We came out ready to play. We wanted this win so we can move on to our next game. Working as a team to know what to do with the ball. It was a great win. So.
Yeah, and well, you guys were out there with some of the younger players, and that really helps for next year.
Yeah.
You know, your guys' experience with the younger players coming up and everything. So that's really, really good. And so I won't hold you up anymore. I also want to say that one of these days I'll get you guys' names right.
It's all good.
I try. I'm just not very smart, you know.
It's all good.
But I think I got it tonight every time. So congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Okay, I didn't get the camera on them, but you talked to them. I'll be interviewing them later because I'm sure that they'll get this honor again. But I kind of picked them for players of the game because, again, I don't have any stats with me, but they were just on fire. And so, anyway, again, for the girls' side of the bracket, join me next Wednesday night at 7:30, and I'll be bringing the 7-3 Elsberry Lady Indians playing against the winner of the Clopton, Louisiana game. And on the boys' side, I will be back here. Where are we here? I'll be back at 1 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon, January the 1st, New Year's Day. At 1 p.m., I'll be back here for the number 2 seeded Elsberry Indians versus the number 7 seeded Wright City Wildcats. And so tune in, or better yet, come up to the game. But if you can't, tune in Tuesday afternoon and hear me broadcast that game. So I will say goodbye for now. And I'm glad you all tuned in. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. So from Clopton High School, this is the Indian Sports Network with Kenny Masterson calling this game. And until next Tuesday, goodbye, everyone.